What's going on, everybody? LK here, back at it again with Beastcoast, here with ApologyMan and Lord Sabin with a guide on how to fight Mei. So we're going to talk about Mei as a character in general, just like a baseline thing, and focus on 3 important points that will probably help you fight this character. If you know all these things I'm about to talk about, you're probably in a good spot, by the way. So you could also use it as like a nice little checklist to see where you're at.
Hey, what's up? This is ApologyMan. I wanted to bring you guys an important message about Keeper Security. Keeper Security is the leading cybersecurity platform for protecting individuals, families, and businesses against password-related cyber attacks, also known as hacks. These attacks can lead to identity theft, financial loss, and reputational damage. Experts predict that cybercriminals will increasingly target the gaming industry over the next 3 years. But with Keeper, you can create strong, unique passwords for every account where you log in, but keep them stored safely in your own encrypted vault. Visit keepersecurity.com/beastcoast and use Beastcoast all caps for 30% off promo code. Stay safe out there.
So Mei is a bruiser type character, as I like to call her. She's kind of changed from Exeter to that she's been focused on this strike throw revolving around her command grab. Her goal, more than anything else, is to get you into the corner, rush you down, mix up her offense options in a fast pace so that the defender has to pick something relatively quickly. If you pick the wrong option, she does a lot of damage, just deletes your life bar. If she gets a successful command grab, she deletes her life bar. So we're really trying to not get cornered if possible. The character is also a little bit difficult to burst too. So one of the things that we're going to be focusing on in this video, the 2 main things will be defense and the neutral game. And to start with this, we will talk about defense, and we must talk about close slash. So Lord Arturo, please go to the corner.
You're in the corner here.
Yes, so Mei close slash, that's a close slash right there. A general theme in this game is that close slash has basically the most options out of all the buttons that you have. Like she has close slash 6K, close slash 6H, close slash 2S, close slash // close slash 2H. Now, main players will generally pick this type of structure that I'm about to share, right? Because this move is +3 on block also. So when you block this, you must continue blocking. So they'll do a selection where they will either do close slash again, or close slash delay 2H, or close slash dash command grab if they think you're going to truly respect. Just like this, those main options. So what do? So we don't want to get grabbed and we don't want to get hit. So step number 1 is to make it a little bit harder for the opponent to do close slash dash close slash. We are actually going to use faultless defense here to push Mei out a little bit further. She is going to get a little bit more frame advantage. She will be +5, but she'll be far enough that there will be cases that if she does close slash 2H, she might whiff the 2H totally. If the 2H connects, it would have connected anyway, and it doesn't matter that we made the close slash +5, but the 2H will still be done from the tip, which makes the follow-up options after 2H much easier to deal with. We want her to be pushed out at this range because once she gets to 2H, she only has special cancels available, and it's basically going to be a guessing game around Dolphin. Which I will talk about in a little bit. But if we can push her out and she does 2H, you basically made it out of the worst of it.
Yeah, this is pretty laggy on whiff too. You know, so if you do use FD, you make this whiff party time. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. And like in general, when you deal with plus on block moves in this game, FD is like really important versus them to just kind of push them out. Even though you're making them more plus, but if you don't present that option, it like can get really rough. Like versus Soul, even when you push them out, like as far as slash still moves forward, it's super important versus Mei because when you push her out of like the close proximity normal range of like close slash, like you don't have to deal with like the plus frames as much. It's just special cancels, so it's like extra important with her, like more so.
So I do have the training mode on showing the FD. Look at the pushback difference. Whiff. Definitely whiff sometimes.
Yeah, if she doesn't have dashing momentum, she's not going to be able to connect with 5H. Again, the most common Gatling option you're going to see is going to be 2H because it's bigger horizontally. It can whiff in some cases though, but for the most part, if you can especially stand FD the way the computer is here, especially, then she'll be pitched out a significant amount.
You really do need dash momentum to land this.
Yeah, you do need dash momentum
Yeah.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
that's
stand
a
FD
really,
is really
really
important. Has the more pushback than the crouching FD. So yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, no. I actually didn't know that for a while either. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's super important if you want to like get as much space from the opponent as possible when they're just like doing pressure.
So like the main selection we're going to be seeing here is going to be close slash dash close slash dash overhead kiss, and then close slash delay 2H. So we already talked about close slash delay 2H. Now close slash overhead kiss. So
Which move is overhead kiss?
It's a DP with kick.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
So this is the move you do not want to get hit by.
Yeah.
She's going to kill you. Like there's nothing else to say. Now there's some considerations you have. So one is about the being thrown in general, right? So this game has a 5-frame throw invincible window. So if you're like Lord ApologyMan or Lord Knight and you play characters who have 6-frame buttons, you cannot mash this. So if you actually do this properly, the close slash into dash command grab properly, the grab will always beat the button. If you have a 5-frame as your fastest move, you can choose mash actually. So keep in mind what your defensive selection is there. If you do play Milia, Faust, Zato, Anji, like characters like that whose fastest button is 6 frames, if you have felt like you are mashing and it's not working, it's for that reason. So keep that in mind that you can't pick mash for this. Unfortunately, it sucks.
It's the 6-frame
Got all that.
It's the struggle.
Yeah, it's
Well, when you play 6
I
frames.
know I didn't list all the characters. I know Gold Lewis is in that group now. Axel's in that group. But just, if your character's fastest button is 6 frames, you cannot pick mash here. You have to pick jumping, backdashing, or hopefully if you FD'd the close slash, your opponent might not have been able to see that you did it, and then there will mistime their grab. So what do you do then if you don't have like a fast move like Soul or like a DP or something? So here the game actually teaches you how to do this. You have fuzzy jump you can use or fuzzy backstep that you can use. So this is delaying your jump or delaying your backdash so that if your opponent does a frame trap, you block, but if your opponent does the grab, you jump. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty difficult, and if you're wrong, your life bar is gonna explode. But the main thing here is like you're already in the bad situation, so like if you already used your burst to avoid the situation already, then there's not much you can do. You have to just try to defend it the best you can.
Hard read, huh? But hey, you do have button macros. So at least you have to tap back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, fuzzy backdash is a lot easier with the backdash.
I'm using the macro here.
And also fuzzy jumping can also like it depending on how they are like timing their close slashes, like their dash close slashes. You can you'll maybe air block like a close slash, and yeah, like they'll be super plus, but it feels crappy like that they're still like getting their turn even though like you're successfully OS jumping like out of the grab and like the hit. But you have to present the option, even though like it keeps you there forever and it sucks to block. Yeah, and eventually they're gonna overextend, and like you can take advantage of that.
Big. So then number 2 about this match is actually gonna be about Dolphin, because we kind of like, I don't want to say I glossed over it, but because of talking about 2H, if she chooses to go to 2H, she only has either S dolphin or H dolphin horizontal, and she has the vertical dolphins. But we're going to talk about the dolphins first, because there's a lot of stuff to talking about with this move, and how good you are against this move honestly determines how well you're going to do against this character. So I'm going to start with S dolphin. So S dolphin is a very fast move. I believe it's like 7-frame startup. This move is -5 on block, and it's -2 on hit. This is very important. It is minus on hit also. Not punishable on hit, minus on hit though. So even though you're getting hit, it doesn't mean you can't do something. Now the issue is, what does Mei like to pick when she does these, right? So in this game, I would say what she'd like to do is she's going to do S Dolphin, S Dolphin. Doing another S Dolphin is like a backstep, reading the opponent's backstep, because she's minus in both contexts of hit and block. So her doing both is actually truly illegit. Like, she literally can't do it. She's disadvantaged. It just means that she thinks you're going to run away on the ground because the dolphin will catch your backstep, right? Now she can also do S Dolphin and then she backdashes, right? And if she backdashes with the dash macro, then she will have her charge here. So she could do S Dolphin backdash with the dash macro, and then see what the opponent does. And if they press a button thinking that she's going to do S Dolphin, then she does that S Dolphin. That's going to be counter hit. She's going to get mad return. Okay, so that's
You see, I'm using
that is the classic.
I'm using the backdash macro to dash, so I'm always holding charge. Free.
Yep.
It's free.
Yeah.
Free.
No, that is the classic, because she's negative -5, I believe, right, on block. So if you try to take your turn back with like whatever button will reach them at that S Dolphin spacing, yeah, they can backdash. Usually that button has enough recovery where sometimes you'll even get like punished by like the dolphin, or like you'll have to block again for sure. What I like doing versus S Dolphin like is kind of Faust privilege, but I'll do like a dashing like 2p, and I'll be she's -5, right? So I'll be able to like get her backdash, and I'll also be able to counter hit her S Dolphin if she does it again. But more importantly, if she does jump forward, which is also like kind of part of the RPS, I'm not in like a lot of recovery. Like it's like pretty low on whiff, and then I can anti-air if I need to. It's you want to be able to cover a lot of options. If you're just hard reading her backdash with like a really committal button, you're gonna that RPS is not fun to play, because then she'll start taking liberties of like doing double S Dolphin or like crouch slash. You'll just get annoyed and she'll Totsugeki you to death.
Yeah, that 100%. It was actually going to bring me to the next option I was going to talk about, where she probably is going to pick jump. So you usually jump forward, but jump in general, and do a preemptive jump H, where it's a move that covers a lot of space. Again, the dolphin's -5 on block, but like if you don't instant block it, she bounces off quite far. And of course, on hit it is -2, right? So she can jump pretty safely, and if she reads your jump, then she forces you down, and now she has advantage. And then probably the last one would be like a dolphin into 6p, but you don't see people do that one that much. S Dolphin into 6p. The main thing about 6p being that it's a frame 1 upper body invincible. So if you're like swinging with like, let's say like a far slash or something, and like your far slash, Amelia's far slash like 10 frames, so Mei will win that exchange. So what do we do against these options? Because she's just going to pick one, and it's going to be fast. You can't really react to it. So there's a few things you can do. What ApologyMan said is like actually 2 things, because he has a little bit of Faust privilege, but it doesn't mean your character also can't do this. Dash block, good old dash block for my Dragon Ball players. Good old dash block, never fails, right? If she does backdash and you dash, you're essentially neutral. Honestly, you're advantaged. The person who does the dash block has advantage, because I want to say Mei has the same backdash as Milia, I want to say, as far as speed. I don't know off the top of my head, unfortunately. So you're doing dash block, nothing, see what she's doing. She does backdash, you can then like jump, press a button, do whatever, right? If she does jump forward and you do dash block, then sick, you switch sides, now Mei is in the corner maybe. If she does 6p, well, not only did you just run into a 6p and you're blocking, and her 6p is definitely punishable, she doesn't have charge, and her special moves that are charges are not fast, so she's kind of smoked. You can at least have frame advantage there. And of course,
you can see right here, like I'm trying to do dash block and the dolphin can't do it. I mean, well, not dash block, but dash 6p in the dolphin.
It's a dolphin, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it, guys. So,
and if she does dolphin, then you're just blocking another -5 move, and you're repeating the situation again, and you can pay another yes. The dash block is really strong here. Super jump is also an amazing option here, because it only gets caught by jump, which makes your dash block option stronger. So if you want a core like 2 things to select against this, I would highly recommend super jumping forward, in general, super jumping forward, or doing dash block. Once you have a read on the opponent, then you can start including like mashing and things like that. But these two options cover a good spread, and Mei basically has to read where you're gonna go to continue her offense there. Now, if she has 50 meter of Dolphins, not that much you could do. Be very, very careful when Mei has 50 meter with S Dolphin, because if she hits you, she's going to hit you with a fat RC combo that you can't burst. So keep that in mind when you're making these choices.
Yeah, everything we were assuming here until this point was not accounting for 50 meter. So you know,
so it's something to keep in
mind.
mind as a general thing. Yes.
It's so hard to burst her, man.
Yeah, it is. Man, her pressure really does end after 6P. Like, you have to spend a meter just to do stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So that's like the weakness of her following it with 6P, right? It also takes us to, since we were talking about Dolphin, the idea of charges in the first place, where one thing that's important about fighting Mei and fighting Dolphin in neutral, especially the S Dolphin, is when is Mei charging and how you act about it. So a nice little easy guide for y'all is going to be when she does any slashes, so like 2/, like basically any button. I shouldn't say even slashes, just any button, you should be assuming that the enemy is charging. Any jump, even jumps forward, the enemy is charging. Air dashes, so both air dash back and air dash forward, she can charge there. Obviously, backdash is another one. So there's a lot of actions where she can charge. So let's say Lord Sabin does IID back, JS, S Dolphin, just like that. So you as the opposing player, when that JS whiffs, that doesn't totally mean you could run up on her and take your turn. You have to consider that, hey, she can just do Dolphin here. So like occasionally to protect yourself, when you see someone with a 2S, for example, or if you see someone do like with instant air dash back JS, press a relatively low commit button like your jab or 5K and just cover the space so that the Dolphin runs into it, you're safe.
Yeah, for sure. I think knowing when the Dolphin is coming, like, because there's so many, like, you basically listed like a majority of what Mei does all the time, which is just jump.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot.
I'm like, that's like most of the time, but yeah, you do have to see like the full action that she completes, right? It's just like, okay, this is a jump, all right, charge. All right, this is a button, charge. Like, it feels like when you fight Mei, she just has charge all the time. But like, if you the more you get used to like the Mei's like tells of like what they're doing to like hide their charge, the more you can like do the thing that LK mentioned, which is, you know, put out a low committal button to stuff it out.
And I'm doing I'm doing forward dash and a Dolphin just to show you guys that for the people watching that yes, you can store a charge with forward dash.
Yep.
Yeah. Really important to know. So just because you see her going at you doesn't mean she's not charging.
So the biggest thing about when is she not charging?
Yeah,
so when she's running at you, legitimately when she's running at you, that's one time. You cannot run and do any horizontal dolphins. You can actually store a vertical dolphin by doing the dash macro with 3, but you can't store a horizontal dolphin, which is probably what we care about a little bit more depending on your character.
Yeah.
Also, when she does 6P, as we mentioned a little bit before, she can start her charge, but she can't charge she's not going to get it back like quickly. It's a little delay. So just something.
There's a gap here. There's a gap here when I do this.
There's a little gap there.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of up dolphin, okay, what's your like counterplay to up dolphin after like just dealing with it on like just a neutral on defense, and like after you block it also, like that situation's really weird.
Yeah, so for me, honestly, the best thing I found against a heavy vertical dolphin is, so here's a problem that can happen. So you see Mei's already in the corner, so when she does a H vertical dolphin, she has air options. If it hits like on the way down, like when she goes up and then down on the vertical H dolphin, she can do stuff like JPP, or JPP is faster than Milia's fastest button, right? Like Milia's 5P is like 7 frames. So if Mei does falling JP here, you can't do anything. She resets for pressure. So I think there's a couple of ways you can go about it. You can aim for FDing the vertical dolphin straight up, or you can let that rock, that rock, and then FD the punches after so that she's pushed out. Is the main thing. If it's coming from like a guessing game, like if she does like, let's say S dolphin and then does H vertical dolphin. Well, if you did super jump forward, depending on your character's jump height when you do super jump forward, the vertical dolphin can whiff straight up if you jump forward. This is what I try to specify jumping forward. Alternatively, if you picked dash block, then the dolphin will go over you, and now you have an advantageous situation. As you can see too, Lord Sabin here, he's doing the P. Look how far she is when you FD the aerial compared to normal. It's so far. Faultless defense is really important.
Yeah, this is really sick. I'm learning a lot. Damn, thank you. Yeah, because the annoying thing that I put myself in the RPS is like, after she does the up dolphin, I do 6P to like beat the jump P, but that's like a commitment, right? Because if she does neutral double jump after that, my 6P will whiff, and then she'll just whiff punish me. So it just feels like so oppressive. She's just like up dolphin, jump, and I'm just like, oh my god. And then like she'll jump and then do like the down, like I think like jump 2S, I think, right?
2H.
And or 2H, yeah, and it's just super annoying. So that's good. If you FD the jump P, you know, you're free. But then if she chooses jump, you can kind of just react. You're not committed to anything.
You're not committing because you're using faultless defense.
Exactly. So you can like dash under or something. Or
the power of faultless defense, my friend.
Yeah.
Now, as far as H, horizontal dolphin, honestly, if you block that, I'm sorry. That's it. No strategy.
It's on you to react.
Yeah, no strategy there.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I could help you guys with here, though, is when is she going to do H dolphin? So she has one spot with H dolphin that is guaranteed that you basically can't do anything. It's if she does a charge 6H, a fully charged 6H. She gets a guaranteed H dolphin. It has a guard crush on there. The guard crush is +8, and it guarantees this. So now you're
my favorite mechanic.
My super cool mechanic where you can't do anything but block or burst. Now, since you can't do anything but block or burst anyway, why not try to do faultless IB? You might as well try. You can't do anything, and you know dolphin is coming, so you might as well try to do it. If you're successful. And the way I do it now is I hold the 2 buttons and I tap IB and I pray to the casino gods that I get it. And when I do get it, I'm like, okay, her pressure's over because she gets pushed back extremely far. And if I didn't get it, well, she was gonna be +5 anyway. So it's one of those.
That's a good way to view it, actually. I've been trying to do that on Wake Up, just like meaties.
Look at that.
Like I don't want to, you know, this is like a time that, you know, they're going to do their offense like at this. They're gonna hit you with this button at this designated time to, you know, meaty you and like beat any options that you can do. So you might as well like give it a shot. Like just go for the IBFD. If they do a button later, like so what? You know, it's not like you were risking anything to go for that instant block. By going to neutral.
I've been calling it faultless IB instead of IBF. I know a lot of people call it IBFD, but since I've been holding the 2 buttons and then tapping IB, it's way easier to do. Because I actually thought you had to tap the back and press 2 buttons at the same time.
Oh, at the same
you don't
time.
have to. You can just hold FD and then tap it. So I've just been playing faultless IB recently. I'm trying to just get that in the vernacular. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you block at H dolphin, there's not much you can do. Honestly, there's not much you can do. The main thing to focus on is being able to tell the difference between H and S dolphin. Because when you block S dolphin, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
Yeah, for sure. I think the hard thing that a lot of people have when fighting Mei is telling the difference between the two, because the blocks stop on S Dolphin is so short. Like by the time, like if you're not used to fighting Mei, by the time your brain has processed that you've blocked a Dolphin and it's S Dolphin and not the +1, you're like, oh, this is the -1, and they're already like on to their next action. I feel like that's the toughest thing that people struggle with when dealing with S Dolphin is just that short block stun and like the pace that she's picking her options at. So it takes some practice for sure. And you know, she just says Totsugeki for both the dolphins, so you know that's a help. But you can tell
for sure
by the delay.
You can tell by the delay. You can tell by delay 100%.
Yeah.
The last anti-Mei thing I want to talk about is actually her jumping, in general, just the idea of her jumping. So there's some things you got to know about it first. So problem number 1 with Mei is that she is in the team basketball, I jokingly call them, where they have higher jumps than everyone else. This is Milia, Mei, and Chip. Surprisingly, these characters jump higher than Nagoriyuki somehow. Anyway, but she jumps very high, very high.
Damn.
Right? Now, not only does she jump higher than other characters, she has jump too heavy to alter her air momentum a little bit, stall her, and she has the normal that I'm sure that because most people actually don't complain about J2H too much. It's jump heavy is the one is how to fight jump heavy. So where we have to start is actually not even her jump straight up, is her air dash. And one thing about this game is like a lot of the characters that the game has said are quote unquote simple characters have very long forward air dashes. May's air dash is quite long moving forward. Do forward air dash. Yeah, look how
Very
far.
long.
So if you do now
okay.
do air dash button, don't just air dash, do air dash jump heavy now. And look how far
Okay.
you go when you do it.
Wow.
Yeah, do that. It changes. See how far you fling yourself? It goes very far. Yes, it goes very far. So one thing we have to do is pay attention and be familiar with the air dash range and how far it goes. It goes quite far. So when you're standing at that tip of air dash range, just keep in mind that she can come at you and be prepared to anti-air. Your 6P will win. Your 6P will win. Contrary to popular belief, this move is not disjointed. It is very big and very active. That's the main thing. It's active for 10 frames. It's an eternity in this game. It's not a fast startup move at 12 frames for jumping, and it has a ton of recovery as well. So step number 1 is we get familiar with the air dash range, so we are not surprised when she air dashes at us from half. Step number 2 is how do we actually interact with the move straight up? Because the move has an extended hurt box, but so do many other moves in this game. So how do we attack this? So number 1 is, of course, we use our 6Ps, right? Because our 6Ps have no hurt box, right? I mean, you play Axel, I play Milia, ApologyMan plays Faust. Our 6Ps are all the same. It's going to beat that. Yeah. If you want to straight up beat that move, you have to use your 6P or another disjointed move. So if you're a Ramlethal player, let's say, your jump S
ability for the win.
Your jump S will beat it. If you're a Ram player, Ram's jump S is disjointed. May's jump H has a hurt box. You will win the exchange, right? However, if you use like, let's say, I want to say like Faust jump heavy, right? Faust jump heavy has a extended hurt box, right?
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna trade in that case, for sure. You're gonna trade, or lose depending on the timing.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm,
yeah, outside of my 6P, yeah, and 2S, like it's all. All her boxes. I trade a lot when I try to anti-air her in general.
Yeah, that was really good advice because like she can ID at these low heights that'll make like some anti-airs with, but not 6P.
Not 6P.
Yeah, not
very
6P.
rare.
Yep.
Now another thing that's important to know is how the move actually reaches. So it starts from the bottom and she swings up to above her head. The move is 10 frame active. So I'm kind of repeating a point from before, but when if you're like trying to retreat from her, like it's okay to retreat from her, but don't be afraid to pick super jump forward, because if she's going forward and you're going forward, you're going to go over her. That move's going to whiff, and you might be able to punish in some cases, or at the very least, you switch sides, so now you have an advantageous position. And then the last thing is that the move when they do like a rising jump heavy, can you do the rising jump heavy real quick?
Oh, you mean this? Sorry.
No, rising jump, like jump and do H on your way.
Just up forward.
Okay.
Yeah. You see that? So, do you notice how like she's holding her anchor above her for a little bit? This is all punishable recovery.
Yeah,
so if she does that and you didn't, if she does that and you did nothing, that's a hit. And you got to make her feel that. You got to make her feel
negative
that
on hit. She has to spend meter.
No. It's I guess it's not on hit. You know, it has a long recovery because it's the move total, right? It's 12 frame startup and then 10 frames active. So by the end of the active frames,
she's getting punished.
You're like already at 22 frames, right? And then it has an additional 15 recovery frames. So the total duration is really long. So when she whiffs that and you're near her, you need to punish her for doing it when she misses, especially the jumping forward jump heavy.
Yeah, the overshoot, for sure.
The overshoot jump heavy.
Landing recovery too if she whiffs it, no?
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's definitely going to take some practice. But yeah, the thing that makes it hard is definitely her airspeed, like her falling speed. She falls like super duper fast, and it's really, really difficult. That's like the thing with fighting Mei, is just the pace of fighting her is just so fast. Like just jumping around, just doing the dolphin.
A lot of knowledge, and there's a lot of knowledge and reaction checks that people aren't ready for.
Yeah, if like you don't have this knowledge, there's almost no way you can even react in like the small amount of time. Yeah, so
and then you get confused and upset. You know, all the negative feelings that come with losing and not understanding why.
I'm just like, man, it's just jumping all the time. What do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
That's me most of the time.
But those are the main points. I think these will help out. There's obviously more we could talk about as far as like counterplay to her, but these 3 key points should help you guys out a lot.
But yeah, thank you so much. Okay, like I learned like just a couple of things you
Yeah,
mentioned.
thanks.
Like definitely helped.
Yeah, that up dolphin stuff helped me a lot.
Yeah, up dolphin covered the air dash and stuff.
Okay.
All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, like on how to fight Mei. You know, I definitely learned something. Thanks LK for telling me Mei's move, since I never played Mei before until now, to show you guys how to fight it. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment if you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.